So I see we got a few people in. We're gonna try to go until probably 12:05 or 12:10. Make sure we got enough people in. In the meantime, I was about to ask, where's everyone from? Debbie. And also, guys, just so you know, if it's your first time coming on one of these, though we do have, I guess, a bit of an agenda of what we're going to cover, we do try to keep it very open forum. So if you don't want to be muted and you have questions, you want to throw anything out at any time, we really want this to be more of a community conversation while we're talking about the things that we're going to be working on and we're talking about today. So if you guys are cool with that, unmute off and on if you need to, otherwise you can be unmuted, totally fine. And any questions of any kind, again, that's what we want to be here for. So I see we got Nashville, the Mojave. Oh yeah, all over the place. And I know, so anyone that's not seen before, so I'm Halo. I'm the usually guy emailing you guys back most of the time. Also here we finally have Harry joining us from Canada. He runs our whole .ca website, and amazing individual. Nadia, she's here. She's been helping put all these things together and getting us out into more events and just helping with the expansion. And then Harry's mom is on with us, which is awesome, big sweetheart. And then I noticed a couple of you guys' names, but some of you I'm just seeing your faces for the first time. So nice to finally meet you guys. Thanks for showing up. And yeah, if you guys have any questions on anything before we get started, let us know, or anything that you'd like to chime in on, anything like that is great. Today, our intention is we're launching a new research and development public forum, kind of, and I want to just kind of let you guys know about some new projects, new technology, new ideas that we've really been working on, because we've been in a very steady space for quite some time, and 2023 has already been marked as huge expansion and all sorts of other technologies that we've either not been able to or we're ready to talk about with you guys, and that's arrived at. So that's what we'll be covering today. Cool. Okay, so
I'm Neva from Modesto, California. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for your email the other day. It was great. Really, really good.
Welcome.
Really good.
Welcome. I'm on my exercise bike before my husband gets home, so
oh, smart.
that's
No
why I'm moving around.
That's good.
Okay.
Moving super important. That's good. That's good. So yeah. So unless anyone else has anything, I guess we'll get into it. So this is week 3 of our Q&A. We're trying to do very well about doing this about every other week. And right now, I think from what me and Nadia have discussed and decided on, if you guys are good with it, is 1 week we'll go into just about the technology and the base generalization of what Mystech is, what the resonance is, what it can do, what it can't do also. And then the other week we'll kind of revisit these other projects that we're working on. So that way we can kind of have a broad thing, and then more updates on, hey, this is what's going on with this project, and this is what's going on with this project. I'm going to show you guys 6 new ones today, and I'm freaking out about it. If you guys have been following our social media or emails or anything, if you saw pictures of us with like gold paint on our foreheads at this event we were at last month, I guess already. Wow. She was flying by. Welcome to March, guys. But we were there, and we had a bunch of people that got to experience it and try it out, and everyone was crazy about this stuff. So initially, I thought we would show you guys the projects and products that will be ready in a month or 2. But I think 3 out of the 6 I'm going to show you guys will be ready to go as soon as next week. So anything we talk about, if you guys are excited about and you want to get like a pre-order in, whoa. Did you guys see that on Nadia's screen? Or is that just me? Okay. Well, man, we must talk about some heavy stuff. All right. I'll let you guys know, and you guys have the option to maybe put a pre-order in and get it before anyone else has a chance to try this stuff. So if you guys notice also on the screens, there's 2 of me in here. And so I can have the computer and I can have the video to talk to you guys at the same time. So it's not a glitch. It's okay. So I'm going to see if I can do this screen sharing thing real quick to get started. Do any of you guys have the, and you don't have to, if you guys have a pen or pad to be able to take notes, or if you're able to get online, even better, I can just send you guys directly to the website. Oh, and we got a couple more people that are jumping in. Perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so if anyone that can get online, I'll let you guys know. Go to the Mystech website Or otherwise you can just follow on the screen. I'll be sharing that now. All right. So anyone that's been to the website before, on our landing page to get to the new research development part. And also, I'm gonna let you guys know before I show you guys this, if you're not online to be able to do it right now, please at some point go back and revisit it, because we want to get your vote on what we're going to be offering. Okay, so under Mystech Movement, we have a new tab here that says Research and Development. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so when you get here, it'll just say choose your top 3, right? And because there's only 6, even I was going through this, guys, and I had a hard time trying to decide which 3 that I was most excited about. So just whatever your highest level of excitement and sounds good to you. Because I voted, it already shows me the percentages. So I'm going to scroll down just a little bit more so you guys can see the logo. So Lightfoot, we mentioned this a little bit at the last Q&A, is going to be a new type of grounding shoe technology that we're working on. And essentially with Mystech, we have the ability with the Schumann resonance to diffuse electromagnetic pollution out of the body and get your electric system working correctly, very similar to grounding, right? And for the longest time, we would say, it's pretty much the same as grounding, which that part is true. However, when I was at the Conscious Life Expo, I was having this conversation with this guy who's kind of a grounding expert. And one of the things that I guess I just didn't think about or just didn't consider is that aside from what grounding and earthing does to the body that we can do with Mystech, there's also like this energy of the earth that you're able to receive, and that does offer extra vitality and energy and all these things, like being barefoot at the beach or on grass and things like that. The problem is when you don't have Mystech already, right, and your body has this electric payload, when you go to ground, there's a time frame that it takes for your body to have that same electric pollution get dispersed out of the body, then for the alignment to happen, then for you to start getting the full version of the grounding from the planet. You see what I'm saying? So if you already have Mystech on and your system's working correctly, you're going to get the effects of grounding that much faster, right? And you do need to be barefoot. So the fact that we have these rubber soles that cut us off from that connection, we are developing a shoe that either the whole foot itself will allow absorption of that energy, or we'll be able to build kind of like a component down the middle of the shoe, and potentially even like a carbon strap that you can just put and run to your own shoes that you guys already have now. And that way you can still keep those on while you're hiking, running around, whatever, and still be able to get the grounding effect. Because this is the thing, even when you get off grid, right, and you go hiking or wherever you're at, you're still going to be having those rubber shoes on. So you're still only getting like a partial benefit of what you should be able to get entirely. And we want to be able to offer that with this new type of shoe. Now, anyone that's talked to me or seen what we do on the show, we don't do anything just like in a basic moderate version. I don't have the ability to do that. So when we do the shoes, we also have intentions right now of releasing like imprinted shoelaces at different frequencies if you want to have that. Insoles that we'll be releasing as well. And I saw way into like 25 years in the future, I saw these amazing like bright blue shoes called lapis that had lapis stone built into them, and amethyst that have, and just getting more of these things that offer these other versions of healing and energized vibrations just around us. So that's our intention with Lightfoot. And so the logo, I'm telling you guys, I saw this in meditation, and within 15 minutes, we had 6 manufacturers I'm talking with. We had the logo ready to go. I've already bought the domain name. It's going to be amazing. So yes, flip-flops. Yes, we are definitely thinking of making a flip-flop, Debbie. Thank you. And what's funny is one of the companies that we reached out to, we came across them because I already have used their flip-flops for grounding before, and we're trying to see if we can get them to manufacture something new for us. Or, and I need your guys' feedback on this, and this is why I want to talk to you guys like this, the potential of finding a pre-made shoe from another company that doesn't necessarily have all the things that we want, but it will still have the grounding component, just so we can start with something to get that on you guys so you can start experiencing it sooner than later. And then as the project grows, then we can get in to develop our own specific one exactly how we want it. What do you guys think of that? Would you guys rather us get something that you can at least have a working model that might not be the exact, because we released a lot of things like that people love, and that we can experience it? Or would you guys rather us wait until we have our own original full design? Anyone at any time, no rush.
What are you talking time frame though, if we were to wait?
So that's a great question. Thank you. Okay, so if I'm being completely honest, if we're waiting for a full design, if we're going to do it right, we're probably looking at 6 to 9 months, absolute earliest, absolute earliest. As to where with some of these other working designs, the moment we get 50 pre-orders for what I'm planning, because this is something we're also going to do a crowdfunding thing on. It'll be on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and we'll have tiers on how people can help us fund this project, because this is a huge thing and I want it to be community led, and I want to hear what you guys want, and right, I want that. But with that in mind, I already have it set that the moment we have 50 pre-orders, we can get 500 of these pre-made shoes already that have the grounding built into it, and that takes 3.5 to 4 weeks of shipping. So if you guys are good with that, we can put that up probably within the, I don't want to say by the end of by the end of the month, I'd say at the earliest, unless you guys are really excited about it, and then I'll push to do it faster. But next week I'll be in Miami, and then the following week I'll be in New Orleans, and it's going to be tough to get all that with everything else. But it can be done if that's what you guys want. So the shoes we could have as early as a month to a month and a half, probably at the absolute earliest. And then for the full design, I would say 6 months to a full year, just to do it all the way correct. But 9 months, I think we could get it done. It's really interesting when these projects come together, these ideas come together. It's pretty instantaneous on getting it created and designed and all that. But we've done it so many times for products that I thought was an amazing idea without checking with the community first, or a handful of people in the community thought it was a great idea, and we invested, tens of thousands of dollars into it, and then it ended up just being a project that sat there. So I don't want to rush it that way. I want to take the time and develop it with you guys and make sure that we're hitting all the marks and everything, because with the technology we have with Mystech, there's every product in your house almost we can amplify or make it more beneficial to what it does. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone wants that, right? So like, if you guys see behind me, the little lamp thing over here, the little ankh that lights up, right? And Harry's got his little LED lamp with the tree of life, right? So those are lamps that create a field of the human resonance, and it goes out about 8 feet. And I can tell you, sitting in it feels amazing. Like you feel this like saturation, right? That's I saw it, Harry. You feel this just other vibration. And so when we have them at shows and expos, they go really, really quick. Harry talks them up tremendously, and we have some of the most amazing testimonials from them. I love them, but we've had them for, I think, over a year now, and they just didn't really move that fast. So because they move really good with Harry's people, I'm considering maybe starting to use them again. But I at least got mine back out and was like, yeah. But all my other lights in my house are already set that way, so this is more so you guys could see it more than the feels of it. But so, do you have a question? Okay. Sorry, maybe you're just pointing something out. Sorry. Okay, so that's Lightfoot. Okay. Any other questions? There's 6 of them we'll go over, but any other questions on that stuff? Okay, there. I would go original for like, okay. Is it a year out? I know it seems like a long time, but we're already 3 months into 2023. It'll go faster than you guys think. Does that seem more pertinent for pretty much everyone? That it'd be better just have the full original design?
Hi, Halo.
Hey,
It's
Flavia.
Flavia. Hi.
Mhm.
I would rather have something sooner, and then also buy when you do the original. I wear flip-flops around the house all the time, but I wear the Archies where you have the arch in it.
Yep.
So that would be awesome if you would do like a flip-flop with the arch, so it's like supportive. My feet never hurt. I never have anything wrong with them. So
Okay.
I would do that.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to know if you're going to be in the New Life Expo in Deerfield, Florida next week.
That's where we're going to. Yep.
Hey, I'm going to be there.
Awesome. Yeah. Me, Nadia, and Jared is our distributor that has that
That's
event.
wonderful.
So yeah, so I think I'll fly in that Friday, and then I think we're gonna spend one extra day after the event to go check out the keys, and then I'll be heading north to go do some energy work, and then I'm gonna fly out of New Orleans. And so it's great. The only 2 cities in the country that I've not been to that I want to go to, I get to see at the same time. So I'm very, yeah, and I'm going to see you guys something. That'll be awesome.
I'll see you there. Okay.
Excellent. And so, yeah, so, okay, so I'm glad that you mentioned that about the flip-flops, because this is my current biggest push for this, or I guess directive I feel pushed in, is to have the pre-release version while we're developing our own. That way we can at least get the stuff out there and have a model of a flip-flop. I was back and forth on the arch thing, but since you mentioned it, or we've also talked about having some type of removable arch thing, like just an accessory that can attach for people that want it versus those that don't. And then while we're talking later, I'll see if I can pull it up real quick to show you guys this other shoe design that I did find. It's like gray, and it's not terrible, but it's not great, but I think it could be workable. And that way we can have those to fund and get started to put money into getting the other one designed at the same time. So we'll honestly probably do both, if that's okay with everyone. Just for that way we can get it out, everyone can try it out, and then in the meantime we can also get feedback on, hey, this is what I like about the flip-flop that I'm using, this is what I like about the shoe, this is what I don't like, and that will help us kind of narrow down what we want to, you know, collectively finish having for Lightfoot, right? And then eventually, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, when I say crazy stuff, I've seen it. You know how some of the shoes have those little like air cushion things under the heel, right? I've seen it as far as us having like little capsule things of different frequencies to just pop those in. Like, I need extra energy today, pop in 3 1000 hertz frequency things at your feet and let's go, right? Today I'm going to be out, I just want to meditate, you know, throw in the new meditation frequencies. We haven't even talked about that yet, but it seems to be something that could really reshape and redirect what we're doing as a whole at the company, that I'm really, really excited about. But I want this to be something that everyone's excited about, okay? So that's all I'm gonna say for Lightfoot. You guys, when we're done with this, I just want you to remember on the website up here, you can go on here and just click what top 3 that you want, and this is what we'll be using, and we'll run this probably for a few months before we decide which one's gonna go first. But I am working on all these all at the same time. Okay, so that's everything for Lightfoot. Any other questions, comments, concerns, excitement, smiling, all of it? Okay. So Lightfoot frequency oracle cards. Okay, now I know not everyone's into this stuff. Hold on, Debbie, rainbow sandals in San Clemente, a few hours from here, still make sandals in the US. I missed the rest part. I don't have the chat up because I got my shared screen going. Can anyone else tell me what the rest of that said?
In the USA as well as overseas, they've been around since 1974 and is an old surfer we know. Maybe get some ideas from them with a link. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Right.
Can you
I'll get that link.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is one of these things, because while everyone, I don't want to say everyone, while everyone that is into science isn't always into the metaphysical or spiritual aspects of things as well. So a lot of things we had with Mystech, we never brought up or mentioned because we didn't want to scare the normies away. But now we're big enough and there's not as many normies as there once were for some odd reason. So now we can talk about these things more. So for Oracle or Tarot, the idea is when someone goes to pull their card for a reading, there's some type of subtle energy that leads them to what that's supposed to be, right? And there's obviously way more to that. I'm contextualizing. So the idea that I had, and I've been personally making all the designs for these cards, and while I like doing graphic design, is some of the most tedious work I've ever done. I've been working on this project for almost 2 years now, and I'm finally to the almost halfway done mark. So what's very cool is there's new types of way of printing cards and inks and all these things where the cards will look like this on the top, and all the gold will actually be a type of foil, right? We're going to have 4 different suits like you would normally have. It'll be waves, winds, flames, waves, winds, and roots. And then we'll have our major arcana as well. But each card that's in, say, the flames set will all have the 528 hertz frequency in it, and then it will have 111 hertz in it for the 1. It'll have 222 hertz in it for the 2. So every card is going to have its own unique configuration that, in my mind, because we are becoming more aware and more having the ability to detect what these frequencies actually feel like, especially with these lamps, right? Harry could tell you, or someone said a lamp, if you take that insert out, you can just put the lamp on your arm and you'll feel the energy like run down your arm, right? I want to make tools to help you guys be able to practice your energy sensitivity. And so this is what I have in mind for this Oracle deck. So I think it could be the most accurate set ever made because of the frequencies that are in there. If you already have some type of subtle feeling, maybe it's some type of frequency or something already. You guys have to keep in mind, there's so much in the light spectrum that we live in that we cannot see or access just because our human apparatus doesn't have the ability to, but it doesn't mean it's not there. So with this deck, not only do I think we'll be able to create a new way of having these readings, it's also going to be like a little pocket spell book of a ton of different frequencies that you can just carry with you or use however you want to. So that's also gonna be really, really exciting. The only thing I'm worried about for this with you guys is having that many frequencies all stuck together at one time. This is not something you're gonna want to carry around in your pocket. It could really be like overloading from all the different things happening. So we're working on even a case that can protect from that. But this again, to me, is a huge, huge, huge project. And just to give you guys an idea, if anyone is over on like the Etsy website, which is, you go get arts and crafts and all that stuff. For the last, I think, 3.5 years, tarot and oracle cards are the second highest search thing on the entire site. So whether people know it's being used or not, it's in heavy, heavy demand. And so I think this is another thing that we could use to introduce more people into this type of technology and really refine what these cards and things can even do. So that's pretty much everything I've got for that. Questions, comments, concerns? Harry?
I'll just offer something in to further your anticipation that this could be a profoundly accurate Oracle / tarot deck. One of our allies up here, who's been with Mystech, been privy to the Mystech journey with me since 2020. Carolyn, if this is watching, this is you. She's quite a sensitive individual. When she was around the lamps the first time, when I first turned it on, she couldn't even be in the room. So she really can feel the frequencies. And I think the discernment piece that you're talking about, this is a tool for continuing to refine our sensitivity to these things, is excellent. And as far as accuracy goes, she has a long cultivated dowsing practice using a pendulum. So it's something that she does with regularity. She found using one of our hexagon pillar pendants, basically hanging the pillar at the bottom of the chain, the imprinted pillar, her responses, the rapidity and the solidity of the responses jumped like at least 50%. And I watched her do it. So her yes might be like, just for demonstration's sake, her yes might be something like this. And then with our pendant, the imprinted one, it was like, there was clear, defined responses. So when we talk about the impact of 7.83 clearing out distortion, and from the metaphysical perspective, if we are clearing out the distortion in the physical, allowing for that greater communication between the physical and the metaphysical or the non-physical, then already we are setting ourselves up for much greater communication and greater accuracy, therefore. So I think for a variety of reasons, these could be a really profound tool. Debbie, you're saying, you use these all the time in your sessions, just even as a preparatory tune in, even if for some reason you didn't want to use this deck, just as your own way of tuning in and amplifying whatever you want to amplify as a practitioner before sessions. There's lots of utility with something like this.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. No, exactly. And that's the thing. And so for detection and all those other things, we're a video, probably 5 videos ago, I mentioned LED lights that we're working on, a frequency rainbow that you can literally walk through these little archways from 396 to 417 that'll be set to those colors and feel that. And the testing, we haven't had anyone that's tried that test, even if they're sensitive or not to be able to feel whatever that field is. And so that's another thing that I know we're all capable of. It's just we don't really have the tools or necessary conductivity sometimes to be able to do that. So we really want to help you guys develop that. And this is for me too. I want to continue developing my stuff. And so it's going to take all of us to figure it out. And this is just going to be another one of those tools to help get us there. So yeah. Anyone else before we get to the next one? Cool. Do you guys at least like this idea? Could be cool, could be fun. Yeah. Okay. I can only see a handful of you guys on how the screen is right now, but I'm assuming most of you guys are saying this. Okay, all right, cool. All right, so, and I don't even know if these are going to be called yet. Someone called me the Pharaoh frequency once upon a time, so it might be the Pharaoh frequencies, tarot frequency, or something. But it's going to be something entertaining for sure. Okay, so you guys do want to start, doing polls for names too. We're up for all these things. All right, love you guys. All right, let's see next. Perfect. Okay, so B3. This is going to be fantastic. So Nadia, she runs a company called ProPriest, which I'm going to paraphrase, but it is so much more. Is skincare, healthcare, wellness overall company, and she makes amazing like oils and lotions and balms and everything for skincare that has Mystech in it. Is there something I want to add to that so I don't miss anything, Nadia? Is that?
No, you pretty much covered it. All natural skincare.
Yeah, and it's all natural. That's the other thing that I love. And because she's very fairy minded, everything that is in this line is all backyard compostable. So there's no waste on anything. You're not using any type of container you have to worry about creating more pollution, nothing like that. So it's as natural can get, right? It's perfect. So she makes a bunch of other things. And if you want to do a link for the website, if you guys want to check it out for her other things, serums, and she even makes custom stuff for people. It's amazing. She is making us a body balm that will look kind of like, I guess almost like one of these type of things, but much longer, like a tube. And then you'll just be able to push it, and it's kind of like a balm or like a butter that will have the Schumann resonance in it. We'll be actually making ones with serotonin that boosts your happiness, and so that helps with pain. We're going to have a couple different types of ones, but it will just be specifically as like a pain stick or pain balm for pain relief specifically. But like how you can do them in a bunch of different scents and aromas, all those things, we're going to do it in a bunch of different frequencies. So I think it's going to be awesome. This is also going to be another one that we're going to be setting up as a subscription based, but you can also get it as a non-subscription if you want. But the products that we're going to be going over that we will be offering subscription are probably going to be 30 to 35% off if you set it up as a subscription versus just buying it out. These are things like, same thing with other products and other things that we have. We don't want people having these type of things and not actively using them. It's really important that, because it's not just for using it for the Mystech's sake. It's the more you guys are using these things, the more that you're in practice of your own healing, your own care, your own consideration. That's going to start reflecting in other areas as well. So all the things that we try to create are really just tools for you to harness the beautiful being that you are and uncover those little things that you might not know about until you have the opportunity, and then you still have to be in the practice, right? So I know people that are just in regular physical therapy type things that have 1 or 2 or 3 tools they got from their doctor, and when they're in pain, they never even go and get it. And so that's what I'm talking about with these things. I want to make sure these are things you guys are actually using, actually implementing. And so the subscription thing just made sense to me. And then it's something that we'll be able to track and see like, all right, well, you guys really like this. Let's make some more stuff. If not, then we'll move into another area again. I just want it to be very community based. So I hope all that makes sense. What do you guys think of this B3? I think this will be amazing. Maybe okay. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jason. I saw he raised his hand. I don't know if you're lower hand. Do you have a question, Jason, or are you saying you love it? So I've never done it this way, so it's kind of fun. Okay, well, I guess he says he likes it. All right, good. All right, so B3. And again, guys, all the names are workable. All right, so if the better body balm, if you guys have something magical sounding, let me know. Okay, I just figured I couldn't call it fairy magic because no one's gonna rub it on. We would probably love it, but hey, my shoulder's acting up. Can I get some of that fairy rub? That's just you're not gonna see. All right.
Okay, so Halo, before you move on, I'd like to just add one more thing here too. So yes, to the desire we have for people to use these to use what we're offering. And this is one of the things that we really underscore about what's amazing about what we have is that you don't have to do anything. All you got to do is wear it. That being said, if we do also offer you something that involves your conscious attention and intention and engagement with, it again can serve to bring even more of your own awareness and focus to what's happening So not only for you to be able to track the change through the application of something like this, of the Better Body Balm, but also just to allow for that as we want to sensitize to external frequencies, but wouldn't it be amazing if we can also help you sensitize to your own field of focus? What happens when I bring myself and my awareness and my intention to the application of this? So I think it's great the more that we can cultivate all of that essential, that sense of sovereignty in the sense of I'm choosing and I'm responsible for my choices, so that we want to give you something that you don't have to work at to help you. But if we also engage you in that process and something like this too, it's amplifies it even more.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. 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 And that's, I'm telling you guys, that's a big piece. B3 is for animals too, Nadia?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
All living
And
things. I used to keep it in my containers and put it in my plants if they were needing a little help.
Yeah.
With me.
Yep. And even just about the pet thing, Harry's been very adamant about keeping pets at the forefront. So we're out right now, but Harry had us design like a pet tag that was imprinted. And that was something you just put right on the pets as well. And so that's the other thing that I want to kind of re-highlight about the balm is, so anyone that got our technology at like an event or at a booth or anything like that, there's a very high chance that if they didn't do it to you, you might have saw them grab like 4 or 5 pieces of jewelry at one time and put it right where the pain was, to show that it would happen a lot faster, because our technology is proximal, right? It does cover the whole body, but the more concentrated it is on a spot, the faster and more intense it works. So with the body balm, because it's actually in that it's in the stuff that penetrates into your skin for pain specific, like you wear Mystech, your pain goes down 65%, you still could have pain, you still might pull something, you still could get strained. So the body balm is for this when you have something that's really, really bad that you need direct access, and it's something that's going to work very strong and is going to get deep into your body. And because of the ingredients that she uses, all the ingredients are already designed to have their own chemical and natural versions of healing as well. So you're getting all that stuff all at the same time. So that's why, to me, it's something that we definitely should have, and it's really, really important, especially for people that have just regular aches and pains that can't go away, but this will still give you a version of relief, even more than what our current bands do. So that's why I want to stop it. Cool. And I can finally see everyone. I figured it out. I got my stream working. Okay. All right. So next, bam, touch of the gods. Oh, I'm so excited about this. So I didn't have time to make a really cool logo for it yet, so that's why it's not there. But this is a picture from when we were at the last event. I'm actually going to show you guys now and put some on, just so you guys can see how simple this is. But this is, my friend actually calls it, we had to put 24 karat gold for now because I don't have all of his science behind it. But I have this amazing alchemist friend that makes like colloidal silver and ormus and all these things. And he's made a 24, he calls it 25 karat gold edible powder. But it's real 24 karat gold that you can put in your food, you can put on your drink. And this one that I'm going to show you guys and what's in the picture is Touch of the Sun God. It's gold powder that we imprinted to the frequency of the sun. Now, when I was at the Conscious Life Expo, because it's I think it was my 6th or 7th year doing it, and it's an all day long event, and there's thousands of people and so much erratic energy, and it's very, very, very intense. I'm a very high energy person. I wear a bunch of frequencies to cheat, but at the event, usually around 5 or 6 o'clock every year, there's a level of the gear needs to go down a little bit and I have to relax. So I figured because this is such a high energy, frequency, happy, all these things, it's a perfect place to try it out. And by the end of the weekend, I'd say, Nadia, we probably put it on 40, 50 people, maybe 60, quite a few people. And everyone was just elated and kind of blissed out, right? So they'll come in these little 5-gram containers, right? And because it's gold, it's kind of expensive. And that's another reason I'm doing a subscription thing for this video, a subscription-based thing. So it can be way less, expensive and more affordable. But for what it does, I'm telling you, it's so worth it. And the 5 grams will go a long way unless you're like really smothering your food and your drinks in it. But it's literally just like that. Can you guys see okay? Okay, because I can't see my screen now. So, and literally it's just as much as a little bit on your thumb and boom. All right, now we'll see how long it takes, but it's going to kick up my energy. So if I'm talking fast now, I apologize, because it's going to get worse. But the thing I also like about it is when you go outside in the sunlight and the sunlight actually hits the already sun frequency, it like brings it up even more, right? And so it's just a very, very fun, it's a very intentional way of just taking care of yourself. And we are these divine beings. We should have gold, and we should be covered in this stuff, and we should be interacting with it. It's a very highly conductive mineral, and we need minerals more than we need vitamins and protein, all those other things. We need these things. So Touch of the Gods is going to be an entire line of mineral-based edibles, foods that will also re-imprint with another frequency to help catalyze and harmonize and improve what it would normally already do. So the gold one, we have enough now that we can actually start putting stuff for pre-order, and it's going to be probably around $100. Just being honest. Subscription might be down to 70 something, but I'm telling you guys, like, my whole body is vibing right now. Is the craziest thing. And it goes all the way into the whole center of the body. Like, there's just this like pillar of, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, you guys really have to try this stuff out. So Flavia, I know you're going to be out at the thing in Florida. So I'm going to bring some out there, so you'll be able to try it out there for sure. But so yeah, and then we'll be doing, he's already working on this for me now. We also have a silver powder that will be ready very soon. That will be called Touch of the Moon Goddess, and that's set to the moon frequency. I personally would be staying very, very, very far away from that. The moon frequency makes me overly emotional. I'm not a fan. My wife absolutely loves it and thinks that's the greatest thing ever. So it's one of the things to definitely try before you decide that you definitely want this. But we'll have little sample things also. Oh, sorry, that's one thing. Nadia and Harry, we didn't even talk about this. I'm sorry, it's a new thing. So for all three of the subscribables, and we'll get to the next one in a second, aside from the main product type, we're also going to be putting together a 3-part sample pack that you'll be able to just to get a little bit of all three of those, so you can try them out individually without having to get the full-blown version and make sure which of them. I think you guys are probably going to want all of them, but which one you want first. We'll go with that. All right. So that's what Touch of the Gods is going to be. Any questions on that? Concerns, comments, highlights?
When did you say it would be available? For
I have this
gold?
available. I actually have it available right now. I just haven't had time to put it on the website. But if it's
Okay.
guys, any of these things that we're talking about today, please go back and make sure you do the vote. But just email me, halo@Mystech, or just fill in the contact and just say that you were there and what you're interested in. Even if I don't have it on the site, I had someone order a custom pre-5G master bracelet yesterday, and I'll just put together an invoice and send it out to you, and it'll be that, if that's okay. But yeah, the gold, I believe the B3, I think is pretty much ready to go, and I think the salt, which will be the next thing that we're going to get to, those things are all ready right now. I just haven't had the time to get them on the website. Okay.
What I'll chime in before you move on is, with all three of these things, a lot of us are probably aware of this already, but just as underscoring that the skin is a phenomenal absorption organ. So it is the place to many things. Magnesium, as an example, your absorption of magnesium is higher transdermally through the skin. So putting something, applying it to the skin, be assured that you get great absorption from whatever you put on. Just think of it that way. Whatever you're putting on your skin, you're putting in your mouth. And so keep that awareness too of whatever you got going on there.
And I see you in here, Chris. So I just say, hey, real quick. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Cool. Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
I'm in Vegas. I'm getting ready to go to a baseball game, but I'm glad I got to join early. You can see
Oh yeah.
I'm right here.
Oh wow.
I'm a big hockey fan. So we went to a hockey game last night. We're going to a hockey game tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. I grew up playing hockey. It's the only time I ever broke my hand. Some guy got mad at me. It's okay. So hold on. Yeah.
I wasn't missing it. So I'm glad I got to join early. So when the game starts at 1, and I'm like, I gotta do this. Gotta be there.
Thank you. Good to see you. Very good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. So next, boom, Salt Wave. This I have ready to go right now as well. This I'm going to tell you guys. I know a couple people have been on now that you're here, Crystal, and a couple of the names I recognize. So I had a crazy thing happen last year where I really thought I was going to die. It was pretty bad. I wasn't really sure. I'd lost 30 pounds of weight. Scary stuff. No doctors. I've never been sick my whole life. So having something happen without them knowing I was at a point where I was like, tell me that it's cancer so I know there's something I can do. Like, I just need to know what it is, but nobody can tell me anything. And I ended up having to self-diagnose and do a bunch of things on my own. This salt thing is one of the things that in my mind, is one of the things that got me through it because of the pain that I had. So I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with like Epsom salt, and then there's Dead Sea salt, and Dead Sea salt is a natural thing, and it's more potent in a lot of different ways. I don't have all the science thing in front of me right now, but there's a huge thing that we'll have up once this comes live, so you guys will be able to see the comparison. But we imprinted this to the Schumann resonance, and you put in a cup to 2, depending. But when I was in my very painful state and everything, every night I had the Mage speaker that had our frequencies playing through the speaker, had the light therapy going, and then I would soak in this bath for 20 to 30 minutes, and I would almost pass out every single time. And I got finally the most relief and relaxation. And really, after about 2 weeks, that was the only thing I could tell that really started pulling me back to getting up and moving around and being more excited. And it kind of just revitalized and got everything back where it needed to be. And then because I was so focused on it for myself, I forgot that we even had it for you guys. And we're going through some internal changes with a couple of different departments right now. And one of the things that we talked about was, hey, I've got pounds and pounds and pounds of this salt. Do you ever actually let everyone know? But I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. Well, it's fine you're bringing it up right now because we're going to talk about all these new projects. So I think, got probably 200 pounds of it right now at the Schumann residence. We're going to be letting it go in probably, I want to say 3, 6, and 9 cups at a time, right? And it'll be another thing we'll put on a subscription, but you want to use a cup at a time. The initial one will come at the Schumann resonance, which is again going to be for relaxation. You can use it for meditation, pain relief, all those great things. But we're also going to be releasing the sun frequency like this. I can't even tell you guys. In my mind, this in a bath all around me, I don't even know what that could possibly even feel like. I'm excited and terrified at the same time. I think it's going to be a really good thing. The next time that I do one of these soaks, I'm already planning on using the gold powder in it just to see what that's like. But we will have this sun frequency. We'll have the serotonin frequency. Imagine soaking in the bath, and I know some people absolutely love baths, some people hate them, but literally just sitting in a pool of serotonin. Like, that's got to be, and so a lot of people didn't get a chance to try the serotonin because it was like a short-lived prototype thing we had, but they started off as these little like pill-looking bracelets, and I was like, well, don't eat pills, feel better, just wear them. And we just never moved into another medium, and that kind of went away. But we're working on 2 new things. I think that frequency will be back, and the salt is one of those things. And then we'll also do the new meditation frequency, which is the next thing that we'll be talking about as well. But this I'm also very, very excited about. And there's a chance we'll be releasing edible salt also, probably under the touch of the gods as minerals and stuff to eat. But so we have a lot of new edible fun things as well. Okay. Any questions on this? You guys like this idea? Does this sound fun? It'll be. All right. So salt wave and then rest. We're finally doing it, guys. We're making bed sheets that are imprinted to put you into a coma involuntarily. Okay, so we've tried this with Schumann before, and it's pretty epic. But as we've been revisiting some old things, we have a very specific frequency. I believe it's 4.5 hertz that helps with sleep, rest, meditation. And metaphysically, there's relation to the frequency we're using that has to do with Tibetan chanting and meditation, just all these really amazing scientific things that talk about rest and sleep. And I don't like sleep, but the rest part I'm a big fan. But then metaphysically, it has all these things about getting into this consciousness state and oneness and all these things. I'm like, this sounds great. And so they're going to be silver threaded sheets, so that will help with bacteria and all these other things. But then it will be imprinted with this other frequency to put you into a REM state very, very, very quickly. And that's the thing that we're still testing right now. I think we have it mostly figured out, but I don't want to have you guys get something that's literally going to knock you out and then you have no option. Because I did that with a prototype one time, and I don't like sleep. And I just put like this Afghan on that we had imprinted as a gift from a customer. And I passed out and didn't even know it. And my wife woke me up. I'm like, get this thing off me, give it to the kids, give it to the baby. He needs to sleep. That's okay. And so I think that's too potent. So we're working on finding like a good happy medium right now, and I think we have it. But we'll also be releasing, like I mentioned a couple of videos back, some other wearable accessories for it as well, like a headband or something you can put over your eyes and in your third eye to block out all the light that has that same frequency to help with meditation and things like that. So, and we're calling it rest, right? It's perfect. It's kind of, it's too good not to use. So that's rest. Those are the 6 main ones right now. Now, guys, also, aside from these 6 that we have right now, don't get me wrong, we still have the tattoo ink. We still have the women's health, like the yoni eggs and things like that. We have other projects as well that are also being developed right now, but these are the 6 ones that are closest being able to be ready to launch, the ones that we're trying to put the most attention and focus on. But don't get me wrong, at the end of the month, when I go look at the voting scale, if one of them has, less than 10%, it'll probably get moved out for another one, and we'll still continue to work on it. But I want it to be the stuff that you guys are excited. So that's why it's important we have these talks. Please go on and vote. And if you guys can share this page, anyone that's been to Mystech, please share this page with them. We'll be doing a lot of promoting and emails and all that as well for it. But we really want to get as much feedback on this as we possibly can. I'm going to unshare this and see if I can do something else to reshare. But what do you guys think? Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, guys.
I'm excited.
Okay, there we go. Bam. Got it. Okay. Nadia, I know you're always excited. You're fair. Okay. So for these 6, collectively, it looks like so far the gold powder, the shoes are the 2 highest. Is that everyone's most consensus?
6.
Yes, no? Yes.
Where's the polling at again?
Where's the what?
The polling. Where do we go to vote?
On the Mystech website, hit the Mystech Movement. It'll say research and development. And I will have a tab, probably by Tuesday at the latest. I will have a tab right on the landing page when you very first get there that'll just say vote here. And then that will take you to the page. But go into research and development and then just scroll down a little bit and you'll see the 6 options of what you can click on. And then once you're done voting, it'll tell you the percentage.
For those Canadian residents who want to check that out and vote, for your browser, you'll want to open an incognito window or a private browsing window, depending on what browser you use, or a VPN that takes you to the US, because there's a redirect that sends Canadian IP addresses, Canadian customers to the .ca site, and we don't have the poll there. So just create a workaround. Also, you can send an email to me at harry@mystech.ca, and I can, with your preferences from what you're looking at here, and we can communicate it along that way too.
Yep. And so this is what it'll look like if you've not voted. So that way you won't see the percentages until you're done. Right. And then down here, it'll say what the total votes are. So we know. And so because it's 3 at a time, I know me, Harry, and Nadia have all voted. That's it. Because I haven't watched. You guys are the first ones to see this site. We haven't sent an email out about it yet or anything. So just under Mystech Movement, it'll say research and development, and then just pick your top 3, and that's it. Now, let's say you cast your 3 votes, and then you're talking to somebody and you realize you're more excited about one of the other ones instead, you can go back and change your vote if you want to. Okay, so you can do that. Just trying to do it too often might confuse us, but it's okay if you do. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to cover with you guys. What do you guys think about that stuff? And again, Lightfoot, the Oracle cards, hope we're gonna fix that. And the sheets, I think those 3 we're all going to be doing a form of crowdfunding of some sort. That being said, if anyone is interested in the sheets, I do actually already have a company that we get the Silverline sheets from, and I just had a guy in Hawaii order 8 sets of king, queen, everything, and they are, I'm not gonna say fairly expensive, but they're imprinted sheets, so they're around $200 to $300 depending on the size that you want, but it's going to be on your your whole body. So just know it's if anyone's ever slept on a grounding mat, it's like that kind of amplified. But I'm very excited about it.
Can we auditorially comment here?
Absolutely,
okay?
please. Oh yeah.
I love all the products, but the last one, the sheets, especially for me, because there are branching off opportunities for us to have further products and just people themselves. There's a use of transdermal electrification, pulsification. It's called, usually you call it zapping. It's very, very, very helpful and effective for many forms of dis-ease, because it, at a basic level, your skin becomes a negative ion generator that saturates the bloods with negative ions, which kills parasites, bacteria, and viruses, which then allows the body to stop spending so much energy to fight them off and can move it to other problems the body is having. With this technology, combining the Schumann Hertz and even just buying the fabric to then weave into your own clothes, or the last night, especially, something came to me very strongly, making sheets that have a center that does not have that connectivity that allow the feet and then the upper torso to be the contact points for a small microvolt induction through the skin. It'll help people be so healthy and alive, and it'd be very, very helpful during real pandemics, especially if you put it in sleeping bags.
Thank you, thank you.
I just wanted
I
to add
realize
that.
it too, because your camera's turned on. So guys, Jason is,
Oh,
I literally
here.
call him Jason the Wizard. I've known this man for almost 2 decades now, and he
Almost,
is
yeah.
the head of so many. He makes orgonite and all these other frequency generators, and amazing, amazing, amazing individual. So part of that's some of his orgonite there. I've got a piece here. Harry's got a piece. I took a piece of his and shipped it out to Hawaii to get buried at the top peak out there. But very, very, very intelligent when it comes to all of these things in the electric system and the energy bodies, and far beyond. But this is where we really work together and harness things. And so there's even a possibility, if any of you guys are familiar with like Oregon or Orgonite generators, things like that, that as we continue working with Lightfoot, I reached out to him about potentially having like an Oregon generated version of a heel in your shoe, to have a whole other version of energy that we can put into the body as well. So a lot of people that are on here, when I say I want to be community-based, I really want this to be a thing that we all collectively have different ideas and things of what will help and what will improve, and some more than others, and that's all fine, but it's going to take all of us to get all of us where we want to be. And so I'm glad that he was able to chime in really quick, and what he said, I'm sure went past half of us, and me too. But the intention of what can be and everything, you guys go back and watch the video and Google it, everything he says is going to be 100% accurate. And that's the people that we're working with to get you to this more homeostasis, more perfected version of what we're supposed to be. And so that's our overall goal, and that's the minds that we want to bring into it. And that's really the heart of what we're doing. And so just because some of the people that are on here, I know we've talked about different shipping things at time, and even some of the distributors. So those things are things that we're doing our best to work on all the time, obviously, but we still have to have these other things that we're working on. So no, our heart is definitely where it needs to be, the intention, the energy behind it, all that. And we're just moving the things that we can move the fastest and trying to drag the rest along. I'm not saying it's the best way, but it's what's happening right now. And we're shuffling out into a good, solid, harmonious place in the meantime. So thank you guys for showing up. And Jason, thank you for adding that. And yeah, guys, that's going to be the new research and development for now. If you guys have any questions or comments, anything that you didn't want to say here, again, you can email me, halo@mystech.net. You guys can contact Nadia, Harry, and Harry's mystech.ca. If you guys need to get a hold of Nadia for more skincare stuff, I think she put the link in the page. Otherwise, contact me. I can get you her info. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back again, and we'll do a more normal, just talking about the technology of Schumann and testimonials and all those fun things. And then we'll be back again with updates for the Q&A. By 2 weeks from now, I'm assuming at least 1 or 2 of you will have got your hands on either the salt or the powder or whatever. And so if that ends up being one of you, please come back and let us know what your experience was and share, because I can only articulate so much, and it's going to do different things to each of us differently, as we're all our own individual, right? So Thank you guys. Love you guys. Before I let you go, any other last questions, comments, concerns, ideas, hearts, hugs? Jason, I see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. This has been great.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and just encouragement, any questions that you may have unrelated to these 6 products or anything else, all welcome too. So if there's anything
Oh, yeah.
else that's been on your
Oh my gosh, and one thing before I forget, and some of you guys already have this. For coming on, you guys get a buy one, get one free code that you can use anytime you want. There's no expiration. You can just use it once. And in that, just so you guys know, it's for as many things as you get will all be buy one, get one free. So if you get 1, you'll get 1. If you get 2, you'll get 4. If you get 3, you'll get 6, right? And if you do it that way, just make sure you order that many. Otherwise, the cart won't automatically do it. The code for that is going to be just QNA. So capital Q, capital N, capital A, like QNA. Just put that in to be good for one use. That's fine. And don't yell at me for anyone that didn't attend. If you guys have friends and family that want to get it and didn't have an opportunity to get to the video, you can give them the code if you want. It's a way to get people on. But if you want to let other people use it, that's up to you. I'm not going to be upset. Or get them to come on and then they get the code on their own. But either way is fine with me. Doesn't really matter. So cool. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm gonna go play with the boys and go get some more sun on this little sun. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you out there.
Bye, Nadia.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
To meet you. Jason, so good to see you. I miss you.
Flavia, I can bring the light. Are you talking about the lamp? Yeah, I can bring one. And I know Jared, who's out there, I think he still has like 3 or 4 he's had for months, and he usually puts them out. So yeah. Now I have an Ankh, and I think I have. I'll just send you a picture. I think I have that one and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. It's the same. It's just if you have a specific design you prefer, but I'll have some out there. Cool. Cool.
Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Peace travels with me whenever I'm on the road.
Yeah, brother, more coming soon. That's a promise.
Thank you.
Promise.
See you guys.